was still 2 days until the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The religious leaders and Torah experts were frantically trying to find a way to arrest Yeshua secretly. They wanted to have him executed, but they wanted to do it before the Sabbath, for fear his execution might cause a riot whenever it happened. Yeshua was back in Bethany once again, staying with a leper named Simon who lived there. They were eating when a young woman came into the room with a valuable container of perfume. She opened it and poured the perfume on Yeshua's head. Some of those present were shocked at such waste.
Why wasn't this sold? She could have received a year's wages for it, and then we could have given it to the poor, rather than wasting it like this.
Where did she get that?
What a waste!
Someone needs to rein her in.
She's obviously unstable.
Let her alone. Why are you making trouble for her? What she has done is a good thing. You will always have poor people whom you can help, but I am about to leave you. She has done what she could to show love before I am dead and buried. I'm telling you the truth. Wherever people hear our message, everywhere in the world, they will tell this story, and people will remember her and what she has done.
That seemed to be the last straw for Judas, because he went straight to the top priests and offered to help them find Yeshua in a situation where he would be on his own. The priests were overjoyed to hear from him and promised to give him money if he could help them. So Judas began looking for a good chance to betray Yeshua. On the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Jews killed the Passover lamb. Yeshua's disciples asked him what they should do about it.
Where do you want us to prepare the meal so we can eat Passover together?
2 of you can go into Jerusalem, where you'll meet a man carrying a pitcher of water. Follow him. Wherever he goes, tell the owner of the house, the teacher wants to know where there is a room for him to eat the Passover meal with his disciples. He will show you a large, furnished upstairs room which has already been prepared for us.
The 2 of them went into the city and found everything just like Yeshua had said, and so they prepared the Passover for the others in that upstairs room. That evening, Yeshua and his closest followers came there to eat.
You may not believe this, but one of you who is eating with me right now is going to betray me.
That worried all of them, and one by one, they asked if he was talking about them.
It is one of you 12, one who dunked his bread in the same gravy in which I dunked my bread. What is going to happen is going to happen, but it will be terrible for the one who betrays me. It would have been better if he had never been born.
During the meal, Yeshua took bread, blessed it, broke it, and gave some to each of them.
Take this and eat. This is my body.
Then he took the cup of wine. When he had thanked Yahweh for it, he gave it to his disciples, and they all drank from it.
This is my blood, which will be poured out for many people. It symbolizes Yahweh's true fulfillment of the promise to Abraham. I will drink no more wine until the day I drink with you in this new eternal kingdom.
They sang a hymn together and then went out to the Mount of Olives.
You are all going to be disappointed with me tonight, and you will leave me. As the scriptures have said, when the shepherd is killed, the sheep will scatter. But remember this, after I have risen, I will meet you back in Galilee.
Lord, even if them others leave you, I won't.
You think so? Peter, before the rooster has crowed 2 times tonight, you're going to deny that you even know me 3 times.
Peter became even stronger in his claim.
No, I'm serious. Even if they wasn't kill me, I wouldn't turn on you, not even in the tiniest way.
And the same goes for me.
Me too.
They all promised not to leave him. They finally reached a place called Gethsemane.
Sit here while I go off and pray.
Yeshua took Peter, James, and John with him. He was obviously going through great anguish over what lay ahead.
My heart is breaking. I feel like I'm about to die. Please stay with me and watch.
He was only a short distance away when he fell on the ground and prayed that, if it were possible, he might not have to go through with what lay ahead.
Daddy, please, you can do anything. Please don't ask me to do this. But if it is what you want, I'll do it.
He came back to the three and found them asleep.
Peter, Simon, are you asleep already? Could you not stay awake with me for even 1 hour? Pray that you won't fall asleep again. For all your talk, you're a lot weaker than you think.
He went off and prayed much the same thing a second time. And when he returned, they were asleep again. They hadn't been getting much sleep since arriving in Jerusalem. They didn't know what to say to him in their own defense. When this happened a third time, Yeshua more or less gave up on them.
Sleep on. You need some rest. But it's too late now. They are already on their way here. Wake up. We have to go. The one who has betrayed me is coming.
While he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived with an angry crowd that had been put together by the religious leaders. Many of them were carrying swords and heavy sticks. Judas had told the priests that he would kiss Yeshua so that they could identify him in the dark. They had hoped to be able to lead Yeshua away peacefully, without a battle. So Judas went straight to Yeshua saying,
Teacher, teacher.
And he kissed him. That is when they grabbed Yeshua and held him. One of the disciples pulled out a knife and swung at a servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear.
Did you really think you would need swords and staves to take me? Like I'm a robber or some other criminal? Each day I've been openly teaching in the temple, and you made no move to take me there. But that's okay. This is the part where all my friends run away from me.
One follower was grabbed by the only piece of clothing that he had. And to get away, he had to let go of the cloth and run away naked. Meanwhile, Yeshua was marched over to the house of the high priest, where a crowd of other religious leaders had also gathered. Peter followed from a distance, up to the home of the high priest. He sat and warmed himself by a fire, along with some workers from the house. Inside the house, the leaders tried to prepare a case against Yeshua, but everyone kept disagreeing over what it was that he had done that was so wrong. Some said, falsely, that Yeshua had threatened to destroy the temple and make another one in just 3 days, without using his hands to do it. Even with these witnesses, there were inconsistencies.
Don't you have anything to say for yourself? You are being accused of all sorts of things. Are you just going to sit there and say nothing?
But Yeshua kept his mouth shut and said nothing.
Are you the promised Messiah? Are you the blessed son of Abraham?
I am. One day you will see me and my kingdom coming down from heaven.
The high priest tore at his robe in disbelief.
Do we need any further evidence than that? You have heard his blasphemy. What do you say?
Guilty!
Blasphemy. Guilty.
Guilty! Blasphemy! Execute him!
They began to spit on him, and they covered his face. And then one of the servants would hit him, and they would say, "Go on, prophesy! Who hit you?" Down below, Peter was still warming himself, and a young maid saw him.
Hey, I know you. I saw you with him. Yeshua. Yeshua from Nazareth.
No, he ain't no friend of mine. What you're saying don't make sense.
Then Peter moved on to the porch, and a rooster crowed. The maid saw him a second time, while he was on the porch.
Look, there he is again. He's one of them.
No, honest, I'm not. You got me mixed up with someone else.
A little while later, one of the men standing around with him spoke up too.
Haha, listen to how he talks. He has a Galilean accent, same as the prisoner. Surely he is one of them.
But Peter began to swear.
Let Yahweh strike me dead if I'm lying. I don't know the man. Swear to Yahweh.
Then the rooster crowed again. Peter suddenly remembered what Yeshua had said to him, about him denying he knew Yeshua 3 times before the rooster had crowed twice. Peter was overwhelmed with sorrow and started to cry.